Malakai Black not released from AEW. This contrary to the story that I dropped last week, as well as everybody else and their mom in the pro wrestling media, that Malakai Black was granted his release from AEW. He was citing, unhappiness with his position within the company, as well as mental health issues. And, it was a big deal. He released this whole statement on, I believe, his Instagram, perhaps, a written out statement where he basically just, addressed everything and was upset that rumors were leaking out about his mental health and that, that was a private conversation that he had with AEW and yada, 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 yada. But now this week, all of a sudden, he's not released. And he's come out and basically contradicted everything that he had previously said in his previous statement with another Instagram post, this time a video, a live stream. Check out this clip and we'll catch you on the backside.
I mean, some people can't seem to just shut the fuck up and create things that are not there, so I have to go out here again and, have a conversation with you guys here. All right, so, guys, how many times do I have to tell people to not trust people that are not in this business? If you can't even get the years of my contract right, which is a very minuscule detail, then how are you expecting, or how are people expecting that these guys know very intimate and private detailing in regards to my private business? My contract's not 5 years. My contract's never been 5 years. Like, again, this is all bullshit. It's all lies. Then it is followed by a bunch of multiple things in regards to my marriage and all stuff. But it even says that my stuff about my conditional release, that it's false. So how are you guys still thinking, why are people still writing that I've got my release? Guys, I don't know how, why do you trust these people to tell you the truth? Because it's not true. I have to deal with this kind of stupid bullshit from people who are not in the business, pretending that they are in the business with all their sources. And, the worst thing about it is, for the past 3 days, nothing but weird, hateful comments. And today, even 2 death threats. Death threats. Luckily, and that's what this whole thing was about, I've been giving time off by Tony to take care of a bunch of stuff. All this stuff has been cleared up like weeks ago.
So Malakai Black did ask for his release. It just wasn't granted. Apparently, Tony Khan has come out and, according to Dave Meltzer, no releases are going to be granted. Check out this clip of Uncle Dave.
Malakai Black, after doing a statement last week talking about how he had asked for his release, he said that in his statement, is now saying that he has not been released. He's taking time off and he could be back within weeks, he says.
Yeah. Nobody's getting released. That's the doctrine. Tony Khan made that very clear, I guess, in the last couple days. And so now it's just, he's not being released. Buddy Matthews isn't being released. Now they may be back sooner than before, or whatever. But that's the situation. I think they were both wanting, you know what the situation is. They were wanting to go and trying to get a way out. It's what we talked about last night, and that was the decision that was made.
Yeah, nobody's getting a release. We're not granting any of you fuckers your release. Not Malakai Black, not Buddy Matthews. I almost said Buddy Murphy still. Not Miro, not El Idolo. All of these people were rumored to have been asking for their release from AEW. And a lot of people seem to speculate that it's because all of them have significant others over in the WWE, on the WWE side of things. Not just the relationship with Papa H that, everybody gets along with Papa H. Everybody, all his kids from NXT want to go back to Triple H. That's the going opinion of the internet anyway. and that they want to go back because they have significant others there. Buddy Matthews is with Rhea Ripley, Andrade with Charlotte, of course, and then fucking Malakai with Zelina Vega. There's probably a lot more to it as well. Maybe they thought they were going to all get the big main event push. I covered that last week with Malakai Black, that I don't know what professional promises that weren't being, what Tony Khan would have promised Malakai Black that he didn't come through with for him. I thought Malakai Black had a decent run. He could have had a better run. I would have booked him differently, but I wouldn't say that he was wasted or misused entirely or poorly used or anything. He could have spent more time at the top of the card, but I mean, he gets his faction with his buddies and all of that. I don't disagree with Tony Khan not wanting to grant releases because, I've always been of the impression that if a guy wants to go, they're not happy there, they're not going to be good for the locker room, so just let them fucking go. And I contradict myself on this, because on one hand, I'd like to, if I was Tony Khan, I'd like to hold a meeting and be like, all right, anybody that wants their release can come stop by my office after this meeting, and I will fucking sign a release for you, and you can go on your way, because we need people here that want to be part of the team, not people that are gonna complain and bitch to the dirt sheets and cry on Twitter and Instagram about their life. It's got so bad in AEW. And that are gonna want to go play for the other team. You clearly don't want to be here. But at the same time, the other side of the argument is that once you open that floodgate, you got to let everybody go that wants to go. And who knows who else is itching to leave the company and what kind of impact that can have when they inevitably jump ship over to the WWE. So I get where Tony Khan's coming from. I don't know 100% that I would follow the same suit. I think I'd be more inclined to just let people walk. You don't need them. Especially like a Buddy Matthews. Everybody's just, oh, Buddy Matthews. Meh. I don't see anything in him at all. I am not a fan. I think he's generic. I understand he's a good worker. I get that. I see that clearly with my eyes. I get he can work in the ring. He's impressive. He's got a great physique. But he's also boring as all shit, like watching paint dry. It's like fucking MJF's promo, where these people are boring as fuck. Like, yeah, you can wrestle, but can you entertain? Do people want to watch you? And you don't need that kind of poison in the locker room when they're not really doing anything for the roster anyway. Same with Andrade El Idolo. Andrade, I liked when he was in NXT. I thought he had some great main event matches. Thought he had a good little run as the champion over there. And I saw a lot of potential in him. And I just have not seen shit since. I didn't see shit from him on the main roster at WWE. And of course, we could have blamed Vince McMahon for that. Oh, he just doesn't know how to use him. He's misusing the talent. Well, he's not living up to his full potential. But then hopping on over to AEW, he hasn't done shit over there either. And you could say that he hasn't been positioned properly or used properly or blah, 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 blah. You could push him to the main event if you like. Another guy that can perform well in the ring, but he's like watching paint dry. There's nothing entertaining about Andrade El Idolo. The fucking guy, I like his look. I like his suits and shit. And I like when he comes out in the black black skull mask. But he's boring. What does he do? He shows up backstage and barely speaks English and fucking just acts like a businessman, but like, I don't know. The whole thing's dumb. Clearly misused. I'm not saying he was used properly. I'm just saying he has done nothing with any of the time that he has been given. Now, you can say all you want that, oh, he's not being used right, or, oh, he's just, not giving his full because he's salty with his spot. That's bullshit, too. The dude has had TV time, the dude has had main event matches, and the dude has had other matches. He's been on pay-per-views. What has he done to be like, oh my God, I have to watch Andrade El Idolo? Nothing. Let him go. Problem is, like I said, once you let a couple people go, you got to let everybody go. You know, you don't want to let go of Malakai Black. So if you let Buddy Murphy walk and Andrade walk, you got to let Malakai Black walk too. And you might need to let Miro walk. And you might need to let everybody else walk too that might want to sneak out, that maybe hasn't said anything, or we just haven't heard about it yet. Because there are a lot of people that were wanting to go back to WWE after Triple H took back over. Apparently, there was a whole story. There's a story within the story here that I saw this on the internet, that fucking Bobby Fish, of all people, was kind of tagged as a recruiter for Triple H to try to pull in a lot of those other guys, you know, especially the rest of the Undisputed Era, but anybody else he could too, to come back to WWE from AEW. And, you know, we all heard the contract tampering rumor as well. You know, essentially Triple H, when he took back over, had feelers sent out to every single person he wanted to bring back from AEW. You know, regardless of he knew better. He knew contract tampering was a thing. He didn't care. He didn't give a shit. He was willing to take that risk, take the lawsuit on the chin, to put those feelers out and let those people know that they have a home to come back to if they want to. And that's not only going to just, you know, be contract tampering and try to pull those people, but that's going to sow the seeds of dissension within the AEW locker room. Because now it's going to start to get these people thinking, talking to their other people, because wrestlers talk like fucking like a woman's knitting circle, you know what I mean? And they're going to chat with each other, and they're going to try to talk other people into coming with them. And they're going to, all these little seeds of dissension are going to start to be sown. And then every time the Tony Khan and Buddy Matthews get into a tiff backstage or something, where Buddy Matthews, I want to do this, and Tony Khan's like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. Buddy Matthews is going to think that much more, oh, well, you know, if I went to Papa H, blah, 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 blah. It's just a big mess. Now, I think Malakai Black is kind of off as a bit of a bitch here. You can hate me for that all you want, you know what I mean? Come at me, bro, in the comments if you're a big Malakai Black fan, but he's been doing nothing but going online, you know, crying like a little bitch. First his post, and now this video. The dirt sheets are talking about my business. They don't know my business. He said, I don't got a 5-year contract. You can't even get the contract right. Those words came out of Tony Khan's mouth himself. We covered it here on the show after he said it. He's on Busted Open Radio. So I got Adam Cole and Malakai Black both to 5-year contracts. They both almost got 5 years left. So Malakai Black saying the dirt sheets got it wrong. I mean, you got to take the word of the boss, right? When the boss, the guy that signs your contract, comes out and says this is what his contract is for, you know, I'm going to take his word over fucking Malakai Black's even, you know. To criticize the dirt sheets, that's their job. That's what they're there for, is to get the dirt. That's why they're the dirt sheets. You know, they are insider news. That's just what they do. You can criticize them and not like them, but, I mean, at the end of the day, that's their fucking job. That's what they're going to do. And, you know, Sean Ross Sapp took a lot of this on the chin over at Fightful. This dude, it makes a point to avoid people's mental health problems. He doesn't report on anything that's going to be, you know, drama or going to be, you know, affect anybody negatively. Any of that personal life stuff, he's not going to report on that. But he got dragged into this mess and hated on for all this too. I just think Malakai Black is in a bad spot right now, personally, clearly. You know, that's why he's saying he needed to take the time off. And I feel like that's affecting his attitude. I think he's just got a bad attitude. And it happens to the best of us. It's happened to me before. I've worked places where I just get pissy with things, with life, with work, with life in general, but then the things at work are amplified because you're already pissy and crabby about everything else, and it just rolls into this big old snowball of meh and grumpiness and dissatisfaction and all of that. So I think that's where Malakai Black is at. I hope he gets better. He's a great talent. I'd love to see him, recuperate and get back on his feet and be able to go out and deliver some amazing moments, as a character. But he's going to be delivering them in AEW because he ain't going nowhere. Neither are any of these other guys. And you know what? The grass is not always greener on the other side. I don't know. Does a guy like Buddy fucking Matthews honestly think in his heart of hearts that he's going to leave AEW and just go get a fucking year-long Intercontinental title run on the main events over on fucking Monday Night Raw? He's going to be in the same spot he's in now. If he can come over with Malakai, he might get paired up with Malakai again and be doing the same fucking shit. Also, do you think Malakai Black's just going to get shot right to the top? Aleister Black is going to main event WrestleMania and fucking take the title from Roman Reigns if he went to WWE? No. They would be upper mid-card exactly like they are in AEW right now. I don't know what kind of promises or what he's expecting to have happen. And same with El Idolo. He's not going to get a higher spot in WWE than he is in AEW. All he's going to do is be back with Papa H and be in the same locker room as his wife, and he's still going to go out and have good matches and have a shitty, boring, lame personality. And that's what I think about this whole fucking mess. All these guys are causing drama. It would be good to just get rid of all of them, but I just don't think AEW is in a position right now where that's a good look for them. They need to rebuild. They need to reinvigorate their brand. You know what I mean? They need to build that solidarity. And again, that could be looked at as a reason to get rid of these people and let them go, because you want a rock solid locker room. You don't want a locker room full of people bitching and complaining and wanting to be other places. But at the same time, if 2, 3, 4 guys end up leaving AEW to go to WWE, that's a problem. That's going to look really bad for AEW as well. At least till they get their TV deal. Once they've signed their TV deal, they get their re-up and they get more money, which they will. They will inevitably get more money than they're making now with a new contract with Warner Media. Then at that point, start letting some of these fucks go. Right? You'll still have them all under contract at that point. At that point, call them in the office and say, all right, guys, you guys can go now. Because now you're tied into a multi-year contract for a bigger money. Now you don't need to worry about the look of your company so much. That look of, everybody wants to leave AEW. What's up with that? For the network trying to re-sign them, that could look bad. But AEW is in a position where they got all these talents. They can go to the network and say, look at all the great talent we have. Get that re-up and then say, all right, peace, guys. Have a good one. Don't need you around anymore. That's just my 2 cents on it. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. And look, none of this is a knock on the mental health part of it. I fully stand by him taking time off for mental health. And it appears Tony Khan has given him that. Take all the time you need to work on your shit. Just when you come back to wrestling, you're coming back here. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. If you are listening to the podcast, shoot me an email, sethgrimesxiii@gmail.com. Let's talk about it. I don't plug that enough. So yeah, holler at me.
Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.